Welcome to Bieber Hell.
Hey guys, it's Nicole, and as you can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be like a story time thing, which I don't do, but this story, I think it deserves to have a video. So just throwing right into the story, last week, I'm actually a few days ago, was the Purpose Tour Atlanta shows, and Justin had a show on the 12th of April, which is a Tuesday, and the 13th of April, which was a Wednesday. And my best friend Madeline and I had tickets, really good seats for the 12th, and it was amazing. And we went to that, and we were going to buy tickets for the 13th, but then we decided we really didn't want to spend the money, so we decided to go and try to get tickets free, which if you're a fan of Justin Bieber, you know that they give away tickets. My friends actually had gotten tickets for the 12th for free that night, so I was like, this can't be too hard. And we got to the venue at about 2:30, and that's pretty early. The show didn't start till 7:30. Doors didn't even open till 6:30. So we got to the venue and we just kind of hung out. We went down to the area where we knew they would be coming out to give away tickets. And there's actually surprisingly, there was 10 or so people there. We were kind of worried, but we knew that some of the people there actually had tickets, so we weren't worried. And we ended up talking to this couple. And yeah, we talked to this couple and they were really nice. And I exchanged numbers with the girl. And, because we went back up and I wanted to see my friends at Q100, because I work with them a lot on things and I wanted to go talk to them. I wasn't able to stop and talk to him. So when I went up there, this is where it's going to start to get shady, and I'm not going to be shady about this. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to describe what people look like because I don't want to be mean. I just want to tell, the situation was just shitty. And I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. I mean, people know that I'm pissed off at them, but I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus. If you're an Atlanta fan, you know who I'm talking about. So as I'm waiting at the Q100 area, my friend came up to me and we started talking, and she didn't have tickets either. And so me, being stupid, was like, oh yeah, we don't have tickets either. We're trying to get tickets from Scooter tonight. So me, still being stupid, I was like, hey, yeah, you can come with us. We can work together. If we see him, we can ask for 3. We can all go. So I show her where to go. She had no idea. Literally no idea. If I hadn't shown her none of this. Anyways, not gonna. Anyways. So, skipping forward, let's just get to it. Because there's nothing more to tell of the beginning. We're just gonna get straight into the shitty story and we're gonna finish this because I don't want this video to be too long. So basically, it's about 6:30 and we decide to go down to the area where they were gonna give away to the tickets. We were gonna stay there for good and we weren't gonna leave until we got something or we didn't get something. So my friend Jaden came with his friend Darlene, and she had gotten tickets the night before, so I was asking her a lot of questions. And Jaden, blank, Madeline, and I were going to, if we saw Scooter or whoever was getting tickets, we were gonna ask for 4, because whoever got to him first or whatever, because the night before he had asked people, how many do you need? So we assumed that would happen. Yeah, good. So, oh my god, I feel sick talking about this. So skipping ahead, let's just get right to it. So it's about 8:25, 8:30, and we see 2 of Justin's dancers, and they have a fat ass stack of tickets, and I'm internally freaking out. I'm like, this is it. I'm getting a ticket. I did it. I was so excited. And we were behind a fence down by the bus area, and the fence was like this, and there was an opening. And they came right to the opening, and the couple was right in the front, and I was I was 2 people behind them. I was really right there, and there was people on the sides too. There's probably, I want to say 35 to 40 people there, and they definitely only had 20 tickets, which I didn't know till I kind of figured it out. So they walk up, and they're like, hey, do you guys have tickets? And everyone in unison, no. And I don't even think they say anything else. Everyone starts pushing towards that middle gap. And I'm like, literally, I am squished. I cannot move. I just have my hand up because they were literally just handing out tickets to whatever. It was like a feeding frenzy. They're just handing tickets to whatever hand that they could. And it was like so insane. And I was like screaming. So I don't even, like, it all happened so fast. And I didn't even realize it was pit tickets. Pit tickets. Until like after it all happened, and I was like looking around, and like I was like screaming at Jaden. I'm sorry, Jaden, but I was like screaming at him because by the time I got to the front of like the little like opening area where they were giving tickets, they were going down the line of just like hands that were grabbing. And I think that's why they didn't really like ask like how many do you need, because pit is general admission. But how they did it was horrible. So getting into my exposure of shitty friends. So I realized who wasn't there, and I realized that blank, we're gonna call her blank because I'm not gonna say shit. I'm not gonna say a name, a letter, anything, a description. Anyways. So I realized that blank wasn't there. And I was pissed off because, first of all, she would not have gotten a ticket if it wasn't for me showing her where to go. There's no, like, she might have gotten a ticket. She would not have gotten a pit ticket. She wouldn't have figured out where to go without me. So I threw myself under the damn bus. And I looked and I noticed all the people that weren't there, and the couple wasn't there, and I was happy for them. Until I realized what shitty things they did, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let me focus on my friend here because we're just going to close this and I'm going to move on to the next two exposures because there are two other people that did some shitty things that night. So what happened was, I understand that my friend, like, if she got a ticket and I didn't, I wasn't going to be a bitch and be like, you can't go. Because I mean, I wouldn't have gone if, like, Madeline didn't get a ticket because we were together. So I understand that since I didn't get a ticket, I understand that she's gonna go still. But the shitty thing is that she, like, texted me after. Yeah, I'm throwing her under the bus with these texts, too. She texted me, like, 10 minutes after, and she was like, did you get a ticket? I was like, the fuck? No. Do you see me in the damn pit? Like, I was pissed at that point. I was mad because she texted me and she said, hey, I'm so sorry. I tried to get 4, but they didn't hear me and they just handed me 1 and blah, 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 blah. And I understand that they only gave you 1, but you did not ask for 4. I know you didn't. Like, this is an example of what I wish she had done, and this is why I'm mainly pissed off. Because, first of all, let me throw out the first red flag. The first red flag was that I had talked to her before, and we were talking, and I was like, hey, you're definitely going to ask for 4 if, like, you get up there first, right? And she was like, yeah. She was like, I'm also working with this group, so if they get up there, they're going to ask for 3, so I get 1. And I was like, meh, meh, meh. Like, she's working with other people. She obviously only cares about herself. So that was, I should have just known there to, like, cut this off. Why I am mainly upset over this situation of what she did, first of all, I'm upset that it's my fault that she got 1 because I shouldn't have trusted her in the first place to take her down. Not saying that she was only one person and there were still more people than tickets and I still might not have gotten 1, but what I'm upset about this situation is that, like, there was another group of girls and there was 3 of them. Only 1 of them got a ticket and they did not just run away and leave. They did not leave each other. Like, if she really cared about seeing, like, oh, I'm so sorry you didn't get a ticket, she wouldn't have literally gotten her ticket and ran before they even stopped giving out tickets. She would have, like, stayed for a second and, like, been like, oh, you didn't get a ticket, I'm sorry, like, I'm still gonna go. Like, I would have been like, okay, that's, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm pissed at the way she handled it, and I'm gonna throw this out. I know I'm not the first person that she's, like, screwed over. Like, she didn't really screw over me. Like, I was more pissed in the moment. Like, she didn't rip it out of my hand or anything. Like, she didn't, like, steal it from me. But you see what I'm saying? Like, she acted like she was really gonna care about me. She kind of used me, and I, like, know I'm not the first person that's kind of been screwed over by her. like a lot of my friends were also pissed, and they know like her reputation and they're just mad as well, you know what I mean? But that's all with my situation. That's pretty much all that happened. But let me expose two other things that happened that night that doesn't have to do with me, but has to do with shitty people there. So let's talk. Okay. So that couple that I mentioned earlier, they drove from Nashville. I hope they're watching it because I know that boy saw my YouTube name. We talked about it, so I hope you see this because what you did was disgusting. Okay. So this boy, there's a girl, and after like the whole mob thing ended, she was like crying, and so we found out that this guy literally ripped her ticket from her hand and ran away. And it was the boy from the couple. And they were so nice. I talked to them all day. Like I said, I got the girl's phone number. They were so funny, so nice. We talked to them. And this boy, like, this is what the girl told me happened. This girl, she had a ticket and he had a wristband. And his girlfriend had both. And you had to have both to get in. So he looked at the girl and he said, you have to have both to get in. And he took it from her and he literally ran. Like, what kind of fucking person are you? Like, that is so shitty. Like, I understand the circumstances, but that is so, like, disgusting. Like, what the hell? Like, people ruthless that night. I swear to God, people were so ruthless. It was scary. Anyways, so that was shitty. But the girl, I'm jealous of the girl that got her ticket stolen because she went up and told security and she got to go backstage. I wish someone took my ticket. Like, are you kidding me? So that was really, I'm still pissed thinking about that couple. I know their names. I could expose them, but I'm not. No names mentioned. Fakes were exposed. This was a wild night. We have one more story. Let's continue on. So then, this story was crazy. So, there were 4 girls. So, 2 of the girls, were kind of like, I think they left when they ended up giving the tickets. Like, they were going to look at something else. And 2 of the girls were here. And neither of them got tickets. But I think one of them got like pushed or something and they got like a scratch, or I don't know. I wish I got a scratch because those 2 girls, they went up to security and they told them what happened, and then their 2 friends came back, and I'm kind of like iffy on this story. Like, I know the basics and I know there's more details that I'm leaving out, but it doesn't matter. You're gonna get the gist of how shitty these people are. So what happened was the 2 girls came back and they're like behind the fence and they see their 2 friends talking to security. And so the girl behind the fence, one of the girls behind the fence was trying to call the girl that was talking to security, and the girl, she was like staring at her, and like they weren't talking to security at the moment, but she wouldn't answer her phone, and the girl like kind of kept looking back at the girl behind the fence and then back at her friend, and like she wouldn't answer her phone, and her friend behind the fence was like, what the hell? Like, why aren't you answering me? Like, what's going on? Like, are you getting in? Like, because, I mean, that's shitty. Like, the girl left her 2 friends, like, behind the fence. So, the girl finally picked up. She was on the phone with her friend, and the girl who was talking to security realized that, like, she was going to end up getting pit tickets because of, like, her scratch or whatever happened to her. I don't know, some kind of minor injury. Like, I really wish a bitch would have pushed me over so I could have gotten in. Once she realizes that she's gonna get pit, she literally looks at her friend that's behind the fence, hangs up on her, and then does not ever look at her again. Like, she refuses to make eye contact with her at all. And her friend is back here, like, crying. And she goes in with her other friend. And so these 2 girls who were originally a group of 4, 2 of them left and got in, and 2 of them were behind the fence crying. Fakes were exposed. Bridges were burned. Friendships ended that night. Like, it was mad. Like, some of like the things that people did were so horrible. There we go. But yeah, so this is a story of how I almost got Justin Bieber Purpose Tour pit tickets, but it's fine. I don't know how to end this, but actually I do know how to end this. Just kidding, that's definitely not how I want to end this. So yeah,